Welcome back, everybody, to Chainlink Crypto. My name is Mike, coming at you from Tulum, Mexico, once again. So, a couple pieces of news I want to go over with you guys. And before we do, I want to talk about the health of the market because we're looking good. 2.5 trillion, climbing back up. I've been watching a lot of videos. People that know what they're talking about that I trust are saying we're gonna be doing well here for a while. Alt season is really on the cusp of an absolute explosion, mainly because of what's going on with Ethereum. Ethereum is very healthy. Ethereum is doing very well. People are talking about some pretty lofty numbers this cycle, and I do tend to agree with them. Seeing Ethereum at $3,520 is a good thing. I think we're going to be hitting 4K here probably by the end of next week, barring any FUD news, and those things happen. But another thing I want to talk about real quick here is Uniswap. So Uniswap V3 came out, what was it, yesterday, maybe the day before. We haven't seen too much action in Uniswap, but I do expect that once things kind of balance out and once things get leveled to where people are buying and selling and trading again, hopefully the cost of Ethereum transactions are going down. I haven't done any trades on Uniswap for well over a week here at least, so I don't know what they're looking like right now. I'm not really doing too much trading while I'm here in Mexico. Internet's not good enough for that to do those things, but I do expect there will be some movement eventually. But right now, what I really want to see is the health of Ethereum, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing. Chainlink hitting 50 bucks. I like to see that. I've been talking about Chainlink coiling up for a while here. We're getting some nice, healthy movement. Nothing blow off the top. That's great. Just good. It's very undervalued for what Chainlink is doing. Anybody who knows and has done any research on Chainlink knows that we're going to end up back in like the top 5 or 6 here at some point. I really do believe that. Litecoin's doing some big things. People are very mixed about what Litecoin's doing, but to see Litecoin start to get back up and start to approach its all-time high, which was about $420, I think Litecoin's got a long ways to go in this cycle as well. We're seeing some big numbers here on the weekly, guys. We're seeing some really, really big numbers. Talk about big numbers. What happened to Ethereum Classic? My goodness, Ethereum Classic absolutely just blew up. Now, that kind of movement is a little bit scary for me. This is not, certainly I wouldn't be buying in at this point. I'm not a big fan of Ethereum Classic. I know that there's a lot going on with it, but for those of you who were holding on to ETC, good for you because it's doing really well. Now, what I like to see is eventually after these big caps blow up like they're kind of starting to do right now, it's eventually going to start trickling down in the top 50, in the top 100, and on so down forth. So that's going to be good for small-time altcoin holders, and eventually what you want to do is you want to work your way back up the ladder. So you want to be moving in the opposite direction that everything's happening, and sometimes it takes a little while to settle in, but eventually it will. So one more thing I want to mention before we get to these pieces of news is Cardano. People like to see movement on the quick, right? Cardano, and it's like I started when I started making my first videos. The reason why a large percentage of my holding is in Cardano because I feel safe there, you guys. It's like Ethereum to me. I feel safe in these projects. I think what Cardano is doing in Africa, it's already got 2 deals with 2 different countries, is a big deal. So is this the kind of thing that's going to 10x on you? No, not right now anyway, but Cardano is going to start to steadily increase. And as they start to do more releases with what they're doing in countries that basically aren't crypto friendly yet because there's no infrastructure, there's no platform for them, it's going to do big things. I like where I'm at in Cardano. I love seeing it. I think it was at $1.70 something might have been the all-time high. So this is looking healthy to me. In the crypto market, when you see something like Dogecoin with an $81 billion market cap, don't tell me that Cardano can't double from here and end up with over $100 billion itself. So I do think it's going to happen. I think that it's going to consistently be a good mover, and I'm very happy with what's going on with Cardano. So let's hope for some more movement, and let's hope to see Bitcoin. I mean, really, there's been movement all over the board, and this is actually a pretty steady growth. 8% over the last week. We don't like to see those 8 or 10% pullbacks in one day. That does usually hurt the market. So with Bitcoin trading somewhat sideways at a tiny little slope up, very healthy, especially for us altcoin holders, so we can eventually get ourselves back into some Bitcoin. But the 2 top dogs are looking good, and I'm very happy about it. So first piece of news, and I'm not going to be reading these articles, I'm just pointing them out. Bitcoin, like Uber, is too big to regulate. Miami mayor. Interesting. I do tend to agree. It's too big to regulate on a certain level because it is peer-to-peer. So, regulations can happen country to country, but we've seen what happens when they regulate Bitcoin in other countries. It creates a black market, and then there's like a premium you got to pay. So Bitcoin, in my opinion, unregulatable. And it's not even about the regulation of Bitcoin anymore. It's about the adoption. So we're going to get to that in a minute too. So let's take a look at this. No, I don't want to subscribe. As long as Bitcoin was viewed this way. Governments and central banks won't eliminate or outlaw it. I totally agree. Hand in hand with these new articles, they are not going to be eliminating Bitcoin because you cannot eliminate peer-to-peer transactions. Now, they can regulate it, and there will be regulations coming, but it's going to be good because it's going to be the next layer of institutional investment so that the big dogs can really feel safe where they're putting their money. There was an article a couple days ago where they were saying expect Bitcoin to be coming to a bank near you because banks are going to want to hold these assets for us so they can make their cut as well. Because if you can't beat them, you got to join them. And that's what's been going on. So mass adoption is looking better every day. So what is this article that I pulled up here? Oh, the Bitcoin ATMs. Once again, hand in hand, Bitcoin ATM installations skyrocket as crypto goes mainstream. Mainstream adoption, guys. It's happening all over the place, article after article. There is plenty of news you can research to find out exactly what's going on with the mass adoption of cryptocurrency, first being Bitcoin and then starting to flow into other areas. So let's take a look at this one here. How DeFi is disrupting our financial ecosystem for good. Yes, DeFi is the new way for people who want to take their money, they want to leverage their money, they want to leverage their assets, and they want to make a better ROI. They're looking for ways to invest so they can make a lot more than what the traditional banks are offering. They're basically throwing pennies at the dollar. That's not working anymore. So eventually the banking systems are going to have to get with the program as well and start allowing and adopting DeFi, because DeFi definitely is the new way to go for people who know how to use their money to make more money. Not going to read the article. Just wanted to point it out. Now, next piece of news. Vanek files for an Ethereum Etf with the SEC. This is good because Ethereum has already filed ETFs, I believe what was in Canada, and the price action was really, really good on the buying and selling of those ETFs. So it's just a matter of time before we get the first United States ETFs for Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is going to bring a whole nother flood of institutional money into these assets, which is going to, again, prop up the market cap as a whole. So big things happening across the board, you guys. And, you know, there's a reason why eventually the SEC is going to have to allow these things, because the right backing and the right institutions will protect the buyers from getting hurt in investing in the wrong way. There's an article here that says SEC chairman says crypto markets need regulations to prevent fraud. And that's exactly the whole point here, you guys. They need to regulate that to prevent fraud, because we all know that fraud runs very deep in the cryptocurrency space. People get rug pulled, people get their crypto stolen, there's all kinds of hackers, there's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, even the exchanges are getting hacked. So it does happen. The more regulation, the more custody services that they provide for us, the more we're going to get out of where we can put our money. How can it be custodied? How can it be regulated? How can we feel safe with our investments, with exactly what we're doing? Hi, Mom.
Hi, Michael.
Mom's over there filming in the corner.
Yeah, one more time. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Peace.
Otra vez. Hola. So anyways, you guys, that's about it for this for today. Let's get back to the main picture here. Looking good, guys. Looking good. A little bit of red, sprinkled with a whole lot of green. I really do expect some of this to start pouring into the other assets that are further down on pages 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all the way down into the low caps. Because the low caps are where you can get your pretty big gainers. You make your money in those low caps. You put them back into the high caps. You wait for the cycle to repeat. The high caps start flooding again, and then you know it's going to start pouring around. So if you know how to move in and out of assets, you're doing good. Listen, happy trading, you guys. Thank you for joining me. Look, if you haven't subscribed yet, if this is the first time seeing my videos, thank you for being here. Hit the subscribe button, little red button. We all know how to do that. And give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, however you choose to do it. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. Please leave comments below as well, because I like to interact with you guys and know what's going on. Join the Telegram if you haven't done that as well. And, well, hey, everything's looking good. I do miss my plant, though. Planta corazón. Sage, water my plant. Peace.